We have officially created the perfect environment to hatch a baby pond monster egg. Very shortly, if everything goes as planned, a baby pond monster should be in this pool.
Which I still think is a terrible idea.
We hatched a baby pond monster. It actually worked. So in the last video, we tried to freeze the pond monster, and it didn't exactly go as planned. I mean, well, it sort of did, except we only froze part of his hand off. So while we were extracting the hand from the ice, me and Biggs had a great idea to throw all the extra ice out the window. That's when Biggs saw something.
When I was looking out the window at the broken ice, there was something in there.
There appears to be some sort of object stuck in the ice that we missed. It could just be a large rock, but we should investigate it, especially considering it's the same chunk that the pond monster's hand was in. Also, if you guys have not already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to do that, as well as hit the notification button, because we upload a brand new video 3 times a week, and you do not want to miss what's been going on. We have some crazy stuff happening in this house.
That's because you keep making us research the pond monster. Why don't we just let him live in the pond and we stay up here in our nice, safe, brand new, state-of-the-art spy box fort?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys did an amazing job on this box fort spy base and research lab. But if you don't use it, then what's it good for? Especially considering we just found out that there is a new flying monster afoot.
Yeah, Jake, I'm coming!
Camera?
Yeah, I got the camera!
I wanna film this.
What is that?
That looks like an egg.
I mean, let's not jump to conclusions.
We've already seen a pond monster egg before, Phil. This is clearly a pond monster egg.
Looks like your freeze trap caught more than just a pond monster hand.
That might explain why we caught the hand. The pond monster might have been reaching for the egg, trying to grab it, and then we froze the hand and, well, it's egg.
Okay, well, I say we pick this egg up, throw it back in the pond, and you know what? Mission accomplished.
Kidding me? We have a pond monster egg frozen in ice. The other egg looked like it might have been a dud. This could be a active pond monster egg, which means we have a chance to hatch it.
Whoa, 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 you want to hatch it?
Whoa, the beta particles, they're off the charts, Jake.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, Biggs. It's a pond monster egg.
It could have been a different bird egg. I don't know.
You think it's a seagull egg, Biggs? It's the size of your head.
That's true.
It's also in the ice where we got the pond monster from.
How do you know it's not the bird monster egg?
That is a valid point. I don't know if it's not the bird monster egg, which is exactly why we should hatch it.
You want to hatch a pond monster egg. You know what happens when you hatch something? A baby comes out.
Yeah, Phil, that's typically what happens, unless you put the egg in a pan and the pan's hot, then you make
this ain't no normal baby, Jake. This is a pond monster baby.
Phil, this is our chance to research the pond monster, up close. What's better than catching the pond monster? A pond monster baby. Plus, if we're able to hatch it, we can have it in a controlled environment.
A controlled environment where it can eat us?
Trust me, being able to run tests on a baby pond monster could be vital to figuring out the secrets of how to defeat it. I mean, we already know that freezing sort of works, but we were barely able to catch it. And that was like 2 weeks worth of blue slime.
Okay, and why is the ice green?
Yeah, kind of looks like a popsicle. Maybe it's lime flavored?
It could be lime flavored. Biggs, you should definitely lick it.
You think so?
No, I really think you should not lick it.
It's pond water.
Okay.
Wait, one second. We are definitely forgetting something. Biggs, bring that up to my lab. No, something. Did I remind everyone to like the video?
Yeah, you did.
That's what it was. Logan's still missing.
Right. Well, technically the FBI has him. We know where he is.
That is true. He's not actually missing. If you know where he is, then you can't say he's missing. He's just not here.
You haven't gone to check on him, though, and you could probably pay his bail.
But the recording that we got off the iPad that we retrieved from the middle of a gigantic pond sort of had an FBI agent saying that he was having tests run on him. You guys were thinking that might mean that Logan is turning into a pond monster. And if that's true, maybe he should stay with the FBI.
If he's turning into a pond monster, that means I want to stay as far away from him as possible because I don't want to get eaten by Logan.
Well, like I've said before, guys, if we solve this mystery and get more information, that just gives us more of a chance to possibly free Logan, and if he is turning into a pond monster, hopefully cure him. But if you guys think we should be looking for Logan, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, we got an egg to hatch.
Okay, very careful.
All right, we have to extract this egg extremely delicately. Unlike the pond monster hand, this is an egg. And if we want it to be able to hatch, it cannot be hurt or cracked or shaken.
Well, Jake, if it's ice, why don't we just melt it?
That's a good idea.
Okay, Jake, I got the hot water now. This is extremely hot, so please don't burn your hands.
Let's get this in the hot water. Hopefully we can extract the egg very gently without damaging it.
Is it working?
I don't know.
Well, this honestly might help the egg because the egg was born in the water, so putting it back inside water could be good for it.
That's true. That might be why the other egg was a dud. Maybe we left it out of the water too long. All right, guys, it looks like the hot water is slowly melting the ice around the egg. And if everything goes as planned, this egg should be hatchable. While we're letting this melt, I had an idea. If we're able to actually hatch this egg, it might take a little bit of work and a lot of science. But if we can create an environment that replicates that of our pond in a safe environment, environment, we could potentially hatch it and have a baby pond monster. Now, before you guys freak out,
I've been freaking out the last 2 weeks.
okay, well listen, if we hatch this baby pond monster, I can then install a tracker on it that will allow us to have a GPS signal of wherever it is. Then we can release it back in the wild and it will go directly back to its mother, the pond monster. We'll have an idea of exactly where the pond monster is at all times, whether we want to try and capture it again or even just make sure that it's not coming near our base. We'll know where it is.
Jake, that's brilliant.
What do you mean brilliant? He wants to hatch a baby pond monster so we can find a real pond monster. One that eats humans.
The only problem is going to be creating an environment that allows the egg to hatch. It's like incubating a chicken egg. It has to be the perfect temperature, humidity, everything. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and I might need you guys to buy some stuff. Give me some time while that continues to melt. And then meet me down by the pool. I think we'll turn that into a hatchery.
Oh boy.
Okay guys, so we're back outside at our pool where our submarine sort of epically failed. But I have an idea on how we can hatch this egg. I've gathered some items that we've collected along the way that all contain beta particles that can create an environment that I believe might be able to hatch this and we can get a living pond monster baby.
And I just want to state, I still don't think this is a good idea. A pond monster baby, Jake, it's gonna grow up and eat us.
It's not gonna eat us because it's not gonna get the chance. We're gonna put a tracker on it and let it go back to its mama so we can then know where the pond monster is. The only problem is trying to hatch this. The last egg sort of did not hatch. Leave a comment down below if you guys think this is gonna work and if this egg will really hatch. I've got the items next to me, but the first thing we need to do is throw it in the pool. There is also a slight chance because I was attacked by that bird monster here that maybe it like mixes and then we get a weird pond monster bird monster. That would be worst case scenario.
Mutant monsters. We're literally making mutant monsters now.
Jake, it's not hatching.
I realize that, Biggs. We have to do a little bit of science. Did you get my bucket?
Yeah, I got the bucket.
Okay guys, so in this bucket, we have a bunch of distilled beta particles. These were actually left over from when I was creating the ice slime, so it is pure beta particles. Then we're gonna add this. This is from the venom sac. Highly reactive, but also from the pond monster. My hope is that when we put these two together and put them in the water, it will create an environment that the egg will know it's okay to hatch it. Although this might get very reactive, so you guys might want to stand back.
Oh boy.
All right, here goes nothing. Combining the beta particles now. Test number 1 to hatch an egg.
Jake, it's bubbling.
Yeah, I can see that, Phil. Oh wow, it is reacting extremely well.
Should we put it in the pool now?
Hold on. Okay, yes, put it in the pool now, Biggsy. Now, Biggsy, in the pool, quickly!
Okay, so you turned our pool green, but Jake, nothing's happening.
Second reaction starting!
Whoa!
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 Something's happening!
Jake!
This is crazy. It's turning the water into... guys, I think it's turning the water into acid and it's leaking and our pool's smoking and the pool might melt.
The pool might melt!
Back away from the pool! There's acid in the pool! I think it's working! I think it's working!
Okay, Jake, the smoke is dissipating. Now what?
I guess we check and see if we have a baby pond monster. I don't see the egg though. The egg's gone.
No.
Did we blow up the egg?
I hope not.
Oh, come on, I really thought this was gonna work.
Guys, I think the egg hatched.
You mean Biggs?
Well, look!
Whoa! Okay, everyone calm down. Don't freak out.
That's a baby pond monster.
It could be an alligator.
An alligator?
Wait, where do we live?
Apparently where there's a lot of scary monsters around.
Right, but I don't think there's alligators where we live, Biggs, or crocodiles. I think that might be the baby pond monster.
Careful.
Remember, these things are dangerous.
It actually worked. We hatched a baby pond monster. It actually worked. Wow. Look, it's exactly the same makeup as the hand that we found, just smaller. If this thing is a baby, this just shows how big these pond monsters can really get. I mean, look at this thing. It's massive and it just hatched.
You're gonna touch it?
It's not really angry. It's just a baby. It can't hurt us.
Have you seen what it does when it grows up? It's on the move. It's probably headed towards the pond right now.
Look, I know that the plan was to release the baby pond monster and find the mother pond monster, but who's to say we can't keep it? I mean, look how cute it is. It's like a little dog.
Jake, I don't think pond monsters can be good. I think they have innate ability just to think that they want to eat things. You're just gonna make it mad.
I'm trying to figure out how to pick it up, okay,
Okay,
Biggs?
well, look,
we
those-
need to take it back to the lab.
That long tongue is where the acid glands come from, and I do not want him spitting acid at my face.
Actually, speaking of that, scientifically speaking, Biggs is not wrong. You can actually see here, look at how big the acid glands are. I mean, that really just shows how much acid the mother pond monster would have. So everyone be careful.
As you try to pick it up.
Oh, as I try or as I do? I'm gonna name him Douglas.
Whoa, we are not naming the baby pond monster, Jake. We're getting the tracking device in it and getting it out of our house.
Aw, dude, I like the name Douglas. It really suits him.
Guys, what do you think? Should we be keeping this baby pond monster? I mean, again, I know that the plan was a good plan. And yeah, it'll probably work, but what if we raise him? Then he's just chilling with us playing, you know, like Fortnite and stuff, like watching movies, one of the boys.
I don't think that's how it's gonna be, Jake. I think he's gonna try to eat us.
Oh, Douglas part of the squad. Hashtag Douglas.
Jake, we are veering way too far off this plan. Get the tracking device in Douglas and get him back to Mama.
All right, well, at least let's get him back to the lab. I definitely want to run a couple experiments before we release Douglas. Also, we're gonna have to find a way to get the tracking device inside of him. Okay, all right, Dougie, listen, it's PJ, it's Papa JJ, it's your daddy. I helped hatch you, Douglas. All right, Phil, we might want to get the lab organized so we can accommodate our little new friend here.
Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't actually think this was gonna work. I don't know if our lab's ready for a paw monster baby.
You're gonna get to see our brand new Boxford spy base. We're gonna run a couple tests on you, and then unfortunately, Phil's probably gonna make me let you go.
Do you think he knows how to play Fortnite?
He might. He's got like pretty big hands.
Yeah, claws. They might rip the controller
I'm
apart.
telling you guys, we could not release it. We could teach you how to play Fortnite. Hey, Logan's still missing. We need a replacement.
No, this guy's name's Doug, and he's going back and showing us where his mama is.
He's only a day old. We could change it. Hey, Logan. Hey, what's up, guys? Logan here, and I'm back with a brand new video. He's basically the same thing. Yeah, I'm the new Logan.
Let's just get him to the lab.
Right. Okay, Dougie, this is our house. That's Logan. You recognize him? This is our elevator. And this?
I cannot believe we have a baby paw monster in our house.
This, Dougie, is our Boxford spy base. We've been using it to watch out and look at, well, trying to get rid of your mother. But that's only because your mom's kind of mean and is in our pond and also connected to the Lake Corporation and the FBI is involved. It's a long story. We'll tell you when you're older. All right, Dougie, on the table you go.
We're just gonna leave Douglas on the table?
I have to perform some tests.
All right, Douglas, you just hang out there.
Wow, guys, check it out. Broke the beta particle detector. That's how many beta particles are here. We thought there was a lot when we were making experiments with the slime, but to have a living monster? That might be why our electronics keep malfunctioning. It's done. Maybe the beta particles in a high enough concentration are interfering with our electronics. That's why we lost the ROV. That's why we lost connection with Biggs. Maybe that explains a lot of the problems we've been having, especially with filming for you guys.
Aw, man. Does that mean he's gonna ruin Fortnite for us? We can't play Xbox or video games?
Whoa, this is a lot to take in, Jake, and what are you doing now?
Definitely a baby version of the hand that we found. I think this certainly proves that the pond monster is reaching for that egg. You can also see here that the tail and the color matches up with what we've been fighting with the pond monster. Given its size, I'm starting to think that these pond monsters might be able to get possibly 10, maybe 12 meters in size at full age. And the amount of acid that you can see here in the acid glands is just remarkable. I mean, no wonder this pond monster is able to create smoke and affect weather. It's beyond me. Now, the only problem is we definitely can't keep it. Unfortunately, as much as I want to, the amount of beta particles coming off this thing, well, it will definitely attract more monsters. Potentially ones that we don't even like the new bird monster we just found. It will also probably destroy every single electronic we try to use in the house.
Well, nice to have you back on board finally, Jakey. Now let's get this tracker in this thing and get it out of here. What are you wearing?
Stethoscope, Phil.
Really, Jake? Checking it for a heartbeat?
Actually, this pond monster could have like 5 hearts. We really have no idea.
3 hearts. Although these monsters are created out of beta particles, I'm starting to believe that it has similar traits to species on Earth with morphollaxis.
Hold up, what does morphollaxis mean?
Well, to put it simply, Phil, they can regenerate limbs.
Involves the growth of new cells that gradually form the missing structure.
Okay, I guess I was the only one who didn't know that.
He Googled it. That doesn't...
I didn't Google it.
I saw your phone, though.
No phone in hand now.
All right, look, it doesn't matter. What that does mean, though, is that if it has morphollaxis, that hand that we froze off probably has regrown.
Great. Just when I thought we were getting a slight advantage over the pond monster.
What if it's like those 3-headed dragons? When you cut off one head, 2 grow back.
Don't know about that, but what I do think is there is a good chance that the pond monster isn't weakened as we suspect. In fact, it's probably grown back stronger than ever.
Well, this is just perfect. All right, Jakey, let's get the tracking device in Douglas over here, and let's get him out of our spy base before his mom comes to get him.
Phil, you almost forgot one of the most important things. For every like this video gets, Douglas gets a friendly boop on the head.
Oh, a bunch of likes.
All right, I'm gonna get the tracker prepared. In the meantime, watch Douglas, make sure that his mom doesn't come looking for him prematurely, and more importantly, he was just born, so he's probably hungry. Phil, find him something to eat.
I don't know what pond monsters like to eat.
Perfect, it's working. Calibrating the GPS coordinates, activating the tracking pill, and connecting to Starlink. All right, hopefully Phil finds something he can eat. I'll put the pill inside that, he'll ingest it, and then we'll track him straight back to his mom.